What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. William Byron wins at Iowa. What a crazy old school style NASCAR race. We'll be talking all about it in today's video. Make sure to give the video a huge thumbs up. Let's jump right into it. So, wow. There was so much chaos at Iowa. What a fun event. 2 years in a row, it delivered, I feel like, for the NASCAR Cup Series. And we had fuel mileage, which that's how William Byron won the race. And then we had a boatload of cautions. I mean, it was like, I think, 12 or 13 cautions. You love to see it. I mean, it was fun. As a fan of NASCAR, I love seeing a lot of cautions in the events. If you go back to the old school days, the Winston Cup era, I mean, they would go to Darlington and they might have 15 cautions. You never know. It was a very popular thing. So you had fuel mileage, a boatload of cautions, but great quality racing. And a lot of those cautions were not just dirty driving. It was just people losing control of their race cars. So that was old school. The low downforce aspect to Iowa. So that was a lot of fun to see. And it just felt old school, man. It reminded me a lot of like the early 2000s Rockingham races where you had a little fuel mileage, a boatload of cautions, and just really cool. I know Iowa Speedway is not Rockingham, but it kind of reminds me of Rockingham in terms of the track structure. Obviously, it's different, but I've heard a rumor that there was something about Iowa possibly not coming back for 2026, which I hope not. I really like this track. I think it is absolutely over-delivered in terms of the Cup Series, and I really do hope that they come back for 2026 and beyond. Heck, if they continue to have sold-out crowds, the first two races at this track had sold-out crowds. But assuming the track attendance and of course the television ratings are still good for Iowa, I could totally be okay with them having potentially two race dates here in the future. I think like a nighttime playoff race or, then maybe having a spring race here. I think that would be really cool. The next-gen car runs really good here. The way they have the pavement set up where it's like half of it's, new asphalt, the other half is old tarmac, it really upsets the next-gen car, and that creates a lot of good racing. And I think next gen, with its ability to run side by side at, pretty much every racetrack out there, it runs really good at Iowa. I don't think the Gen 6 car would probably run as good with the outside line because the next gen car just simply can run side by side better than any generation car I've ever seen in NASCAR. But I'm curious what y'all think. Make sure to comment down below. Respect everyone's opinions here on the channel. Of course, make sure to pre-order that Race to Win diecast for William Byron. Pretty sure it's going to get made. Almost every single Cup win for William Byron did get made in 1/64 scale, so you can go ahead and use that promo code if you like. Don't have to, but you could save on shipping. So make sure to tap in with that. He wins in the Raptor car. Notice we have a little bit of a Raptor green. On camera, it actually looks a little bit more, at least from my perspective, looking at the screen, it looks a little bit more like a Kyle Busch M&M's green, but it's supposed to be more of a dew yellow green, but we're just going to roll with it. So, Brad Keselowski had pretty much the best run of the entire year today, and he swept both of the stages, which was his first wins in a stage all year, and he had a legitimate shot to win the race, and he might have won this event should they've had a late caution, because I think Brad would be willing to move some drivers out of the way, and I know I would, so I would be okay with it. Great job by Brad Keselowski. It's a shame that only a couple races left before the playoffs, so he's really going to have to be aggressive and hope that momentum picks up at the next few events. But great job with Brad Keselowski. Kyle Busch, he rebounded a little bit there. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I feel bad for Kyle Busch fans because every single week, man, there's something wrong with the 8 car. He crashes in practice, bad pitch strategy, slow race cars. Kyle Busch makes a mistake because the next-gen car is so different. Or he gets wrecked by someone else. Or I even heard during the broadcast for the practice that they went to go test for Iowa apparently earlier this year, and it started raining while at the test, so they couldn't get a whole bunch of good data. So it's just like anything and everything that could happen to that 8 car, unfortunately, happens. And I really feel for Kyle Busch fans because it's just like I'm so used to Kyle Busch just winning like every short track and every 1.5 mile on the schedule. That's what it seems like. Oh, it's another Kyle Busch win. It's another, every week it was a Kyle Busch win, whether it was trucks, Xfinity, Cup, and to see this cat just not even. I feel like he's a shell of his former self, but he's not. I feel like he is still there, man. I feel like he still has the talent. It's the equipment, I feel like, that's holding him back, man. And it just makes you kind of wonder, how would Kyle Busch be right now at present day 2025 August if he was in a top ride, a top Toyota ride, a top Chevy ride, or a top Ford ride? It does make you kind of wonder. So I don't know, but I feel for the Kyle Busch fans. Moving forward, Watkins Glen on this schedule. SVG is going to be clearly the favorite. If he doesn't win it, it's probably going to be considered almost an upset. Like literally, a Chase Elliott, a William Byron, or whoever could win this race, and it would feel like an upset considering SVG has set the bar so high for road course racing. Hopefully it's a good event. Maybe we'll get a little bit of weather. Maybe a little bit of, some wet tires. We'll mix it up. Rain racing is my favorite form of road racing, so we'll see how that goes. And then I think it's Richmond and then Daytona. And that's going to be bananas. I believe that's the next 3 events. Could be tripping on that. So thank you all for watching the video. I thoroughly enjoyed Iowa. I hope it stays on the schedule. And I hope that next year they do go back to a night race. I understand the television ratings are kind of dookie because of, I guess people just don't like watching nighttime NASCAR much anymore. But I love night racing, and we're almost there in terms of the playoffs. That means they're going to be going directly against the NFL, which, oh yeah, I'm excited for football season. You think they would find some different scheduling ideas for their later season portion of the schedule like they used to years and years ago. Instead of going against 8 NFL games on the early window, they would try to, hey, I would rather go against a couple of college football games on Saturday night. I don't know. Just saying. It's really difficult to compete against the NFL, which continues to grow every year. I miss night racing, so I don't know. That's all for now. Diecastbuffet. Have a blessed one. Signing off.